Hi everyone, welcome to Master Your Mental Health.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas is coming.
Christmas
How is that possible?
Yeah, Christmas is just around
Time's
the corner.
flying. And we wanted to have an honest conversation about Santa Claus.
Yes.
Now, if anybody has younger children in the room, you might want to locate them or watch this later, because we're going to be talking very honestly about Santa Claus.
Yes.
And how to talk to your children about Santa Claus. Now, I had a question for Alyson because I have two kids. They're adults now, but I had two kids. And what do you do when you have an older child in the house who is starting to get the clue on the Santa Claus thing, and then a younger sibling? And how do we keep the magic going? And also, how do you keep the magic going and feel like you're being authentic?
Right. So that's a lot of questions, Jackie.
I know.
Let's start with, how the question that kids are always going to ask you, which is Santa real?
Yeah.
Does Santa exist?
Yeah.
And a lot of parents in our times now are struggling with this. Like when we grew up, this was not a struggle. Our parents just told us Santa came and delivered the goodies, and we didn't question it, and we eventually figured it out.
Yeah.
And there was no moral dilemma about telling us that there was a Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And in fact, Miracle on 34th Street is, the whole thing is about that. And we want to believe in magic. And we need magic in this world. We need to feel there's magic. So when your children say, is Santa real? What do you say? And this is what I want to advise, is I don't want to rain on the parade. I want to keep the magic going. But I also want you to feel real. So you can say to your kids things like, I believe in the spirit and magic of Christmas. And Santa's part of that. And that is an exciting thing. And so you can actually answer a little evasively and take it up a notch to the bigger thing. I believe.
To the meaning, the feeling around it, as opposed to the actual facts.
Right.
To more key into how Christmas makes us feel.
Right. And I believe in magic in this world, and I can't always figure it out. And I don't have all the answers. Yeah. But I believe in magic. I believe in the magic, and that Santa's part of the magic. So, I think that's a good place to start. Yeah. Your other question, Jackie, about if you have an older sibling who's figured it out and a younger sibling, what do you do? Right. Right? That's a bit of a tough one. Do you have any ideas?
Well, I had thought, this actually didn't occur in my home because both of my kids sort of were told together. So they're so close that we would have had to. But one person had suggested explaining to the older child that it's something we do for fun for the younger child, and would they like to be involved as part, like sort of as somebody who wants to keep the magic for their younger sibling. So sort of like let's keep the magic going for so-and-so, and would you like to be involved in X, Y, or Z? Like putting cookies out or all
like
that kind of
stuff.
Like an honorary elf. Or exactly.
Like an honorary elf.
Yeah, or you're part of the big kids club now, and now it's your turn to help us, or something along that line. And I thought that was quite a good approach too.
Yeah, and I think that is good. What I would suggest around that is checking in with what that child's comfort is. Yeah. Do they want to be involved? Yeah. Do they want to step back? Yeah. And, you don't want to push them in to be involved in something that, they might have their own moral dilemma going on. Fair enough. So be checking in with them around what their comfort is. Yeah. But if you weave a narrative in your family of magic and the spirit of Christmas, and that we don't have to figure everything out, and it feels good to try to figure things, just have this magic, I think there's lots of space for everybody to find their comfort zone in that. Yeah, and to find where they want to be in terms of participation. Yeah. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, when my kids were little, NORAD, the space agency has a website that they track Santa Claus.
So they fully got right on involved. For scientists, they're right on involved in the magic of this.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. The kids really enjoyed watching. And it's also a good teaching moment about the globe and all that. And they used to like to watch. And it would say, like, Santa's in Sweden and now, you know, he's in Britain. And so that's kind of a fun thing, too.
I still like watching that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
It's like we still have that on our TV when, you know, it's Christmas and it's like, oh, Santa's in, you know, Moose Jaw.
Yeah,
like, it's like
and it's fun, right?
Yeah.
And the kids can sort of see how the time zones change and all that kind of stuff. So.
And what I'll say is, from the ages of about 4 to 7 is what we call the time of magical thinking.
Yeah.
And so for children, they will readily participate and enjoy those things. So we want to allow, magical thinking is actually part of creativity and part of intelligence development. So they don't need the harsh realities, but be careful a little bit about, you know, weaving a story that's so big that you can't get out of.
Yeah, okay? 'Cause we don't want it to seem like that. And but I mean, if, you know, Christmas time, particularly in people who celebrate Christmas, but the holiday season, I think, is a magical time. And so we can all participate and be magical.
Yes.
That was
we have
my
company
dog.
Here. It was participating and being
I'll
magical.
make a show featuring my dog.
We'll do the feature of the dog soon.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And once again, not considered medical advice or psychiatric or therapeutic advice, but just for fun and an honest conversation. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.